Morning, 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 and welcome back, you beautiful, beautiful people. Yes, it is morning, and I am excited. And as you can see, we got some sea bass here. What are we doing? Breakfast in my Lord's house. Breakfast in my Lord's house. So right here, as you can see, look at all of that season. Honey, that's just for some fried fish. I'm going to tell you what's in here. So I have some fish fry mixed with some Cajun fish fry, some flour, a little curry, garlic, breadcrumbs, and parsley. As you can see, those parsley flakes. Why do I love curry? That's just the Caribbean girl in me. Don't ask. I like flavor. I like spice. I like everything nice. Okay, cut that part out. Anyways, so we have some seasoning for the fish. We got garlic powder. We have parsley. As you guys can see, I got some parsley here. I got some onion powder. I got some Caribbean fish seasoning and more, you got it, curry. So in the back here, I have a piece of turmeric. This is off topic. What I normally do in the morning is I give my Lord some tea. So he gets fresh turmeric and fresh ginger. You see all this ginger back here? That's ginger. And then with that, we have some manuka honey and some cinnamon powder or some cinnamon bark. Actually, I think I'm going to use the bark today, so let me show you what I'm talking about. So here is the manuka honey that I use. I get it from Whole Foods, of course. That's my favorite shopping spot. And this is from Grenada. It is cinnamon bark, and it is fresh from our backyard. You know, I like saying there's a lot of stuff in my backyard in Grenada. My grandma did a lot of work when she first got her land, and she made sure she set us up nice generation wise. Okay, so that's how we should be today, ladies. We need to make sure that we set our generation up really good so that they can reap the benefits of it even while they're gone. One thing that my Lord loves, my son loves, cream of wheat. Also in the cream of wheat, what I put in there is some ginger powder or some regular ginger and cinnamon, and also cane sugar. I don't use white sugar in my house. I got a big bag of cane sugar, as you can see. Big bag of cane sugar. Got the water boiling for the tea. That's almost done. And all my pots over here is already set up and ready to go. This, I have some lemon juice and some vinegar in it. I am going to be putting my oxtail to season. So while I'm out, it'll be seasoning for a couple of hours. So when I come back, honey, it'll be ready to go. So we got pots ready for frying our fish and our eggs, and the pots in the back for the cream of wheat and the and I'm gonna be making oatmeal for myself. So here we go, guys. Let's start this breakfast for the morning. This is what happens when you put down the phone. I already started cooking. I forgot to put the camera on. Okay, so what I did was add a little bit of milk in there. I'm also gonna add a little bit of milk in here. I like when the milk and the water gets hot together. It's easier for me to cook everything, and then from there I just let everything sit and cook. So I'm going to get my helper over here to help me hold this phone while I mix everything. So give me one moment, guys. So as you can see, I have the fire on these 4 pots over here. This is just drying out the water, and so is this one. But in the back here, we're going to put some ginger powder. I like to see the color of the water change. I'm going to put some ginger powder in here as well. Make sure that color changes. And then from there, we add some cinnamon. Just make sure it's dark enough. And from here, we add some cane sugar. Why am I adding everything now? Because when you add everything now, it helps the milk and the water get flavored now ahead of time, so that when the oatmeal and the cream of wheat is actually cooking in it, it's cooking in the flavor. So you want to make sure that that's happening. So I'm going to take this and I'm just going to put, this is my cream of wheat, so my oatmeal in this spot, so I'm just going to put one there. And because we got 2 people eating back here, we'll put 2 of that back there. That's it, guys. Alright, you guys, so right here I'm adding some oil for the fish. The pot is hot, it's now dry. I'm going to let that heat up before I put the fish in there. And put everything back. And I like to use my whisk when I am putting in my cream of wheat and when I'm putting in my my oatmeal. Whisk it all together, get the cinnamon, sugar, ginger mixed into the pot. And you guys thought I was joking when I said I use ginger and everything. Yeah, I use ginger and everything. We're back here, honey. No, you forgot me already. I'm stuck on the oil. Okay, so yes, I done whisked everything in there. Now, when I'm adding the cream of wheat, I am feeling for the tension in the pot to change. Once I realize that my spoon or my whisk is forcing itself to get through the milk or the cream of wheat, that's when I know I have poured enough for the amount of liquid that I have in here. So that's just a little tidbit. I don't measure anything. I go by feel. Okay? And as you guys can see, my hand's a little dry. What do we got here? Some avocado oil. So we're going to fix that situation. Pour a little bit of avocado oil. And get that all fixed. So now, I have my oatmeal here. I like to pour my oatmeal into the pot. We're paying attention to the pot, can you see? I like to pour in oatmeal. And I pour it in until it becomes a mountain. You can see that it's right on top of the milk. Once it's like that, that's how much I put in there. I don't add any more. So that means that whatever milk is in the pot or whatever liquid you got in there, it's just enough to cook what you just poured in there. So again, I don't measure. I just go by sight and feel. Okay, guys, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so I am back, and as you can see, it's boiling. So occasionally, you don't want to let this sit and just boil and cook on its own. You want to keep on going back to the pot and mixing it, or else, if not, you'll get a bunch of clumps in your cream of wheat, and you don't want that. So once it is like boiling and come up to a boil, you want to reduce the heat to very, very low heat so it doesn't burn the bottom. You see the consistency of it now that it's cooked up and boiled a little bit? It has like a bunch of a little bit more firm, a little bit more thick. But like I said, you don't want a bunch of clumps in there, so you want to make sure you keep on mixing, okay? Okay, and here too. Here too, I keep mixing this one. This one, I normally just let it come up to a boil and then I turn it off. And I let the heat of the milk cook this. With oatmeal, if you just leave it in hot milk or in like a hot bowl covered down, it cooks itself. So you don't really need to keep the fire on at all. And back here, that's done as well. So that's out of the way. Moving on to step number 2. So what I've done with my fish, my sea bass, I put it in some cold water because it was in the freezer. So I'm going to let it thaw out while I'm making everything else. This is normally the last thing that I make, and that's because I always have to put it in some water to thaw out. So once this is done, or sometimes I will take the fish out the night before, so in the morning it'll be already thawed out and soft. But didn't do that last night. I totally forgot. So here we go. Next step. All right, guys, this is where we go with the tea. We got 3 cups here, and what we're going to do is we're going to put, I have some tea bags. It's a turmeric and ginger tea bag. Along with the tea bag, I'm going to use some manuka honey, as I said, some cinnamon. I'm going to cut up some ginger and some turmeric, and I'm going to put it all in here, and then I'll show you guys what is next from there. Guys, as you can see back here, I have an apple. Normally in the morning, I would make some apple, pineapple, maybe a little bit of strawberries if it's in season. But for some reason lately, I've went to the store and those pineapples are starting to smell like storage. They don't smell sweet. They smell like they've been sitting in a box for way too long in the back of somebody's something, which we're not doing that. So I'm going to be cutting up the fruit. Always have fresh fruit in the morning. And we're going to put that in a bowl along with the ginger and the turmeric. We're going to cut those up and put them in the cups as well. We're still making tea, guys, okay? Still making some tea. All right. So here is the manuka honey. I don't take that much. Just a little tidbit. And I put the water up. The water is steaming, guys, so you can't really see it that much, but I'll try to get as good of a picture as I possibly can. I put the water up almost reaching to the top because we still do add some other stuff in here and I don't want to overflow the cup. So there goes the Manuka honey. And we're going to put some honey in the other 2 cups as well. Okay, guys, so I have the ginger ready, and I'm just going to slice them up and put them into the tea, and I'm going to cover it. I normally leave the tea for a few minutes with the ginger and stuff in there so that the ginger can incorporate in the water and everything like that. So we're going to hurry up and cover up these cups. Okay, guys, as you can see, I normally keep the apple upside down, and I will cut it from here. And I would just cut it in these little slices, then get the core out and the skin off. Just make a little salad bowl. I'm sure you guys know how to make a little salad bowl. I'll show you what I do after this. Alright, guys, that's it for here. Moving on. Time to fry some eggs. Okay, guys, so as you can see, we got some eggs in here. I'm going to take some of those yolks out. Baby girl is here to help. We got some avocado oil. The pot is getting hot. We're going to put a little bit of oil in the bottom of the pot. While that's heating up, we're going to get these yolks out and get them on the pot and get them fried up. Who would you more to help? Alright, so we're hot, ready to go, and that's how we're frying our eggs today. Nice and hot. Make sure your pot is always nice and hot. And then we're going to give that a few minutes, let that cook on that side. We're going to flip it, add a little bit of cheese on top, and that's it. Fried eggs with cheese. That's it, guys. Next step. Okay, guys, so what are we looking at right here? I took the fish out of the package. I put them in some lemon juice so that they can sit. I don't really need fresh fish, so the lemon also cleans it. It also breaks some of that freshness. I make sure I flip it on each side, and I give it some time in the lemon juice to sit. Once this is done, I'm going to rinse it out, and we're going to season the fish, and then we're going to get the fish fried up. Okay, guys, very important step. When you know you're about to fry something, make sure that the water is off. So it is sitting here on a towel. Get some water off of here, and we're just going to flip it over. Make sure that the water is absorbed on both sides. Not too much, but just enough so that you're not getting any oil splash all over you. Then I'm going to move the towel. I'm going to get it seasoned up, okay? So while my oil is getting hot, like I told you guys before, the oil is on medium-high heat right now. We're going to just mix up the seasoning. So I like to put a little bit of parsley, a little bit of flavor seasoning right here. We got some fish seasoning, some garlic, some onion. And why I put it in one pot is easier for me to shake it into one bowl. I said one pot. It is easier for me to shake it onto the fish if everything is incorporated and mixed. So that way I don't have to do it on the fish, and then the fish is like super salty. You guys, I forgot one very important ingredient. So we're going to put this on there. Put some of this in there. And I also like to make sure that I start with skin side up first. Shake it, shake it, shake it. Get it all mixed in there, incorporated with each other. So we like to start with skin side first. And I just normally shake it on there. Nice and evenly coated. Then I flip it. Flesh side up. So now, you know, when you're dealing with fish, it's very easy to absorb the seasoning, and then it'll be super salty. So you want to just lightly coat it. You don't want it to be like, you know, too darkened with seasoning, because then it tastes disgusting when it's too salty. So we're going to put that in some flour, get it in the pot, and breakfast is done. Steps. So we got our flour. I already told you guys what's in there. We're going to put the fish in here, skin side down. And I just like to shake that up. Shake it up. Get the fish buried under there. Can't see it no more, huh? Get the fish all buried. Then I pull the fish out. It is nice and floured, front and back. And then skin side down in the hot oil. I always start skin side down first. Same step with the last piece of fish. And that's breakfast for today, guys. And I appreciate you guys for joining me for breakfast. Make a video and show me how you make breakfast. Give me some ideas. Some new tips for the morning. Each one, teach one. Isn't that what they said in school? One thing you could take away from school. Each one, teach one. Alright, and that's it, guys. We're going to let that fry up on one side. And don't go around poking at it. Just leave it alone. Give it about 3 to 5 minutes. Then flip it over. Another 2-3 minutes. And then we're all done. Guys, do you see this beautiful golden color? It is all finished. It's all done. We're going to put the plates together. And then I'll show you what we're looking like for the morning. Alright, guys. So as you guys can see, we got the cream of wheat here. We have the fish and eggs here. Covered down. Tea. Fresh squeezed orange juice. Some apples. Fresh fruit. And that's for breakfast, guys. And you make sure you always have a tray for your Lord's breakfast, dinner, lunch. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Come again. Shalom.